Would you drop off the face of the earth for a chance to be successful at life and win? Monk Mode is philosophy that can cut off all the bullshit in life, lead yourself to peak physical health, financial success, and cut off all the anxiety and failure that most people feel in their daily lives. I've been really interested in the idea of Monk Mode after watching this video by Denmo. He sold the idea of transforming your life in 6 to 12 months by going Monk Mode. I like the idea of having that focus and intent with life that I feel like a lot of people are missing when it comes to their own goals. I know you haven't been trying as hard as you could be, and I know you know that as well. I want to explore the different ideas of Monk Mode proposed by a few different people, what I think is good, or what I think is complete overkill. Monk Mode can be a super effective way to detox and get rid of all the shit and bad habits that are so easy to accumulate in this today's world. If you're still kind of wondering what Monk Mode is, Ayman Gadzhi defined it as a period of intense focus. One of the main ways of achieving that intense focus is removing distraction so focus prevails, and you can remove distraction by a few different methods. First off is clearing out your phone. Remove social media. You don't need Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat or TikTok on your phone. If you need those to post, if you create content or anything like that, the web version of those apps are good enough. They're completely usable. Let's be completely honest with ourselves. If we're using our phone, we're not using it for productive means. We are just dispersing our focus, messing up our dopamine levels by using this phone literally every single day. Delete any apps you don't literally use every day and need as a necessity. I'm talking train apps, parking apps, things like that, which are just completely practical. Otherwise, it's just a distraction. Complete minimalism with our phones. Less is really more. Second tip, which I've been using, is making my phone black and white. I'm a big fan of a more minimalistic look when it comes to my phone anyway, so having my phone black and white, I actually quite like. I think it looks quite cool. But it definitely makes you less distracted. We're not showing them bright colours, we're not tempted by these apps that use colours in a way just to keep us addicted. I'm a big fan of this tip. It's definitely made a big improvement to me. It's an odd one, but I definitely recommend giving it a try. You can also do it with your computer. I don't personally do it because I'm a photographer and an image maker and I need colour to work out, see actually what I'm doing. But if you do anything with finance or anything more practical where you don't need to create images or create artwork, I definitely recommend giving it a try and removing the distractions on your computer as well. Another tip is adding a widget to your phone so you become aware of your screen time for the day. I think you become painfully aware of how much a day you waste simply mindlessly scrolling when it's right there in front of you. I've been trying to get that number down and down. It's a lot easier when it's right there on the screen for you. When you're spending 5 hours plus a day on your phone on social media, you have to start asking questions about what you could have otherwise done with that time. Another tip is cleaning up your desktop and YouTube. A tip that is shared literally by all of the Monk Mode videos I've seen is cleaning up our workspace on our computers. Having only what you need on your desktop. As well, I'm now only subscribed to 10 people on YouTube. I know it's a small number of creators, but I know this number will give me value when I watch their content. It also stops me from watching videos that are ineffective and wasting my time. I used to go through your subscriptions and choose 5 to 10 creators that will create content that will give you value in your life. There are a few Chrome extensions that are a must-have as well for eliminating further distraction on your desktop. Those are the Newsfeed Eradicator. I really like this one. Gets rid of distraction and pointless information of a typical feed of any social media platform. I think it does all of them, like Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, etc. And it just puts a simple, famous quote on there. They're normally quite inspirational and motivating. Instead of having that temptation and distraction to just scroll and further fill our brain with useless information. Another must-have free Chrome extension is Unhook. This gets rid of your YouTube recommendations. So instead of having all the videos on the side, it just has the one main video and you're only seeing what you've searched for. This means YouTube is much more of a tool and you only watch the video that you're specifically looking at, and this stops the YouTube rabbit hole of recommended videos. One sec. What a break. Look how loud that was. Need a minute after that. Another way of removing distraction is optimizing your workspace. Again, minimalism is key.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try that again. Another way of removing distraction is optimizing your workspace. Again, minimalism is key. Less is more. You don't need to go crazy buying anything, but just remove the clutter and keep it simple. Keeping your own space organized will help you keep a calm and focused mind. If your space is messy, this includes your room and your workspace, you're not going to be focused on the task, and your brain is going to be messy too. For example, with me on my desk, I just have a light, a computer, a keyboard, and that is literally it. I keep my room super organized as well, and this is definitely a completely underrated productivity hack that just keeping your shit in check. Optional, getting some noise cancelling headphones to further reduce some distraction. This is super useful for someone who lives in like quite a busy place, loud place that struggles to find quiet places. More for people that struggle to find them quiet places in their life. But again, optional. Once you've eliminated distraction, you can set out the rules for your monk mode. Most of these different versions of monk mode have one thing in common, and that is setting a goal. The best way to do is imagine what your life would be like if you continue what you're doing right now. If you don't capitalize on the opportunities in front of you. If you don't start the gym. If you keep eating shit. If you keep scrolling for hours. If you waste all your Fridays and Saturdays going out, getting drunk, smoking weed. What will happen to you and where will you be? I hope that thought sends a gut-wrenching and guilty feeling to your core. Use that. Figure out where you want to be, what you want to do, and how you can start working towards that as soon as possible. Ooh, I got chills. In your monk mode protocol, there should be 3 to 5 non-negotiables. There are a few different ideas on what those non-negotiables should be, but at the end of the day, it obviously depends on where you want to be and what your goals are. A few suggestions on these non-negotiables that I would recommend having would be no beer, weed, or drugs. I don't care if you can handle having a spliff or beer to relax in the evenings. Cut that shit out. Some of the monk mode protocols even say cutting out caffeine. I can't say I agree with this one. I do think you shouldn't be downing monsters or pre-workout all day, but a black coffee or a low caffeine alternative can be a useful tool to stay productive or fuel your workouts. If you rely on caffeine too much, obviously having like a detox or a tolerance break would be good for you, but as long as it's not a problem, it's okay in my opinion. Exercising every day. In all the monk mode protocols and ideas that I researched, daily exercise was one of the main constants. You don't have to go to the gym and work out for 2 hours plus, but it can be super good to have like a small 45-minute calisthenics session done in your own home or just a run around your block. Just something to get your heartbeat up. I like to train in the beginning of the day just to get out of the way and reap the benefits of the endorphins and that good feeling all day, just so you feel more productive. Another idea that some people suggest that I don't particularly agree with is going keto carnivore. Keto carnivore is a low carb, mainly meat based diet. I think carbs are super important for your training and they are the fuel for your muscles. So if you're training intensely, they are a must. The idea of going keto carnivore is for the benefit of getting rid of brain fog caused by large carbohydrate intake. For example, have you ever had a pizza or a large bowl of pasta and been so full afterwards that your brain just doesn't work? This is the idea of going keto carnivore, that it eliminates that brain fog and you can think clearly throughout the whole day and focus. In my opinion, this is extreme and You can do it much easier by eating 80% or 90% of your carbohydrate intake for the whole day before and after you train, and choosing whole foods, and choosing effective carb sources that will absorb effectively and digest well. Good rule of thumb for this is just picking out whole foods. But in general, I think if you're going monk mode, just having the goal of cleaning up your diet, no takeouts, no fast food, no processed shit, just eating good to fuel your body and fuel your brain. Another tip that I think is super useful is just spending 10 minutes a day meditating. A lot of people don't realize the benefits of meditation. I feel so much worse when I neglect my spiritual side. I definitely recommend trying to commit to 10 minutes of meditation a day if you often deal with an overthinking brain. It has such a calming and quieting effect on the brain that a lot of people don't even realize is possible. Dedicating yourself to the goal you have will be difficult, but through discipline comes freedom. Learning to love difficult and uncomfortable situations has been one of the greatest things I've ever done. Hopefully through this process, the idea of hard and difficult tasks will completely excite you. One of the most hard things people struggle with is having those difficult conversations with friends and family. Your goals must be your mission and have priority over all else. Your boys invite you to play video games and smoke a joint, but you haven't been to the gym yet. Sorry boys, I gotta go to the gym. If they're your real friends, they'll understand what you're doing is for a higher purpose and a self-betterment. What has helped me is realizing who the people who will actually be there for me and support me no matter what. Are the people that will come to the gym with you, go on a hike with you, come and sit and do their own work with you at the coffee shop. You have to learn to say no. Now I'm not saying don't ever see your friends again, but remember what will happen to you if you don't stay disciplined, if you revert back to your old ways. Where will you be in 5 to 10 years? The same place? Do you want that? Remember, this is the day. Don't start tomorrow. If you start yourself on this journey, there is no going back. This is a lifelong commitment to self-betterment and improvement. If that scares you, then this continued effort lasts until you die. Again, for the last time, what will your life be like if you don't improve? If you don't bet yourself, where will you be? Remember, I believe in you. If no one else does, I believe in you. I believe you can be the best version of yourself. And remember, all love, be kind to those around you. We're all on this difficult journey together. Let's get after this.